why? Like, it makes no fucking sense. Like, why? Hi everyone, welcome back to Howay the Herbivores. My name's Ellen. If you've not watched our channel before, we make videos about vegan food, ethical lifestyle, mental health and spoken word and stuff like that. So if that's the kind of thing you're interested in seeing in your subscription box, then please subscribe below. Today's video is going to be a bit of a rant. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be about things that I hate about being vegan. A little disclaimer, it's completely tongue-in-cheek. It's like, I'm just trying to make a joke. Like, there's absolutely nothing that I truly hate enough about being vegan that I would not be vegan for, but there are definitely some things that really grind my gears. So those are the things that I'm going to talk about today. If you agree or disagree, then please feel free to comment below. Okay, got my cup of tea here, I'm ready. Peppermint tea is going to calm me down while I'm talking about these things that really wind me up. So I guess the first thing that really cannot stand about being vegan is that once you start to be aware of the animal cruelty that goes on in the world, you just cannot escape it. If you can imagine that there is something that you feel really passionate about, something that you really strongly disagree with to the point where it physically hurts when you see it, whether it's child abuse or whether it's animal abuse or whether it's all of those things, you know, combined. But imagine if you were just faced with that every single day, whether it's on the TV, when you're just watching it. I've just been watching the new series of Queer Eye on Netflix, which is awesome because it's just so nostalgic for me, because I did used to watch like the old series back in the day. But obviously every meal that they're cooking is like cheese based or meat based, and these things are just, as soon as you become aware of those things, it's like the Matrix. Like when you take the pill, when you take the red pill, you just realise like, oh my god, like there are some awful things going on in the world. So yeah, whether it's walking through the supermarket and just seeing the meat aisle, or the butcher shop, or scrolling through Facebook and seeing people loving their dogs but then eating meat. One of the big ones that you see a lot at the moment is people wearing a Canada Goose coat, which I've talked about this before, but Canada Goose are a luxury parka kind of winter coat make, and their coats are stuffed with goose down, and the fur on the hoods are made from coyote. So you often see people wearing those coats and then walking their dog, and you're like, oh, why? Like, it makes no fucking sense. Like, why? So yeah, I suppose the first thing that really cannot stand about being vegan is that once you open your eyes to the world of animal cruelty, you can't just go, right, I'm not going to eat animal products anymore. Yeah. Actually, you just start becoming exposed to things all the time, whether it's fox hunting arguments at in the workplace, or whether it's people just, the whole February dairy like drama on Twitter. It's, you become constantly exposed to animal suffering, and once you realise how prevalent it is in society, especially if you are someone with of a sensitive disposition, or you already suffer with mental health conditions, it can really start to weigh heavy on your mind when you just start to think about all the horrible things that happen to animals in the world. So yeah, that's the first one. My second thing that I hate about being vegan is the way other people react to you being vegan. There are no words. This is something that I've now come to the point, I'm a year vegan next month. Both myself and Craig went vegan at the same time, and I'm really hesitant about telling new people that I meet that I'm vegan. So when people ask me like what my blog's about, what my YouTube channel's about, I kind of try to sometimes skirt around the point. It's just not something that I'm openly like, I'm vegan. Like, obviously if I'm wearing my Nagev jumper from Ethics or Herbivore t-shirt or something, I would only normally wear those if I was going somewhere where I knew that I would be accepted almost, which sounds so silly. But people's attitude towards you as a vegan is just, I've never had it made a life choice before where my life choice has felt like an insult to other people. So people will ask you, oh, what are you having for lunch? And you say, bean chili, and they say, oh, you're vegetarian? You say, oh no, actually I'm vegan. And then they go, well, and then it's just the things that people say, like, oh, I don't eat that much meat, or oh, aren't your shoes leather? Like, aren't you, I suppose this is a third point really, is that not only the way people behave around you, and not everyone, obviously lots of people are really accepting, and lots of people will ask questions and say, oh, it's really interesting, like, how does that work? What do you eat? Which I do not mind answering questions about what I eat, what I wear, what kind of makeup I buy, things like that, ever. I love to talk about it. But I just, it's that kind of sense of your life decision. Some people see as an insult to them. I think it's just people getting defensive through guilt, really, because people know that deep down no one wants to hurt an animal, really, and I think a lot of people kind of become so closed off to the idea of what goes on in slaughterhouses and on farms and in animal testing labs and things like that. and they don't really want to accept it. And then when you're sitting there saying I choose not to be a part of that, even if it's just one word, vegan, that one word carries a huge weight. People will often become insulted by that. So yeah, that's the second point. The third point is a byproduct of that, and it is when people just start to be really scrutinise everything that you wear and own. Oh, so you don't own any leather. Oh, are those shoes made of leather? What about your car? Haven't you got leather seats in your car? It's like, what? I'm sorry, like, since when did it become like I had to tell you every single detail about every decision that I've ever made? Like, currently I don't own any leather shoes. I own one leather bag that I never ever use anymore because I personally don't feel comfortable using it, but I don't want to get rid of it because I'm in a bit of a tough position because I don't want to profit from leather, and also I bought it was a one-of-a-kind bag that I bought on holiday, and I guess I probably just keep it forever, but never really use it, which kind of goes against what we're trying to do at the moment with getting rid of stuff. Maybe I'll sell it one day. I'm not all give it away. Maybe that's probably what I'll do, give it away. So yeah, I don't own any leather items, but I do know vegans who still use their leather belts or leather shoes that they had before they went vegan, and you know, really, you bought it before you went vegan, you didn't know at the time. There's nothing that can be done. It's not really anybody's job to criticise you for choosing to continue to use those things. It's the same with makeup. People will go like, well, don't you know that there's animal products in makeup? Yes, I do know there's animal products in makeup. Do you know what animal products go in makeup? Because they probably don't. They also probably don't know which brands test on animals. Unfortunately for me, I do know those things. I have opinions on those things, but I do know a lot of people who are new to being vegetarian or vegan can find it really intimidating, because people will be like, you go, oh, I'm deciding to not have animal products in my life consciously anymore, and then people will go, oh, well, what about this, what about this, what about this, and then actually you're just too scared to use the word vegan or vegetarian or any of those words, because people will immediately jump on you and question every single item of clothing you have on your body, and what bleach you use in the toilet, and what eyeshadow you're wearing. And it's like, I mean, personally, I've made a huge effort over the last 11 months to remove all animal products from my life, and I don't buy makeup that's tested on animals. We don't buy any house products that tested on animals. We will go out of our way to buy toothpaste that's not tested on animals. We're very passionate about it, myself and Craig. But, you know, at first I didn't know about these things, and I didn't know what I could buy, and I didn't know that I would have to think about stuff like household goods and bleach and things, and I think it's, you know, cleaners and everything. And I think people really need to just be aware that veganism is means to an end. It's not an enlightenment goal, and it's not a level that you need to get to where you are like level 4 vegan. Like, you are trying to make a decision to consciously remove animal products from your life to the best of your ability, and you don't want to cause you don't want to cause harm to animals, so you choose to buy this instead of this, and you're voting with your dollar, as they say, or voting with your money. So yeah, that's the third thing that I hate about being vegan. So yeah, those are the things I hate about being vegan. As I said at the beginning, I don't really hate anything about being vegan. Those were just kind of some tongue-in-cheek kind of things that I wanted to share, that kind of more like gripes and stuff like that. If there's anything that you feel like you disagree with, or you would like to add to my comments, then please put below in the comments. I'd like to have a discussion about this, because I'm by no means complaining, and I don't feel hard done by about being vegan. This is the life choice that I've made. However, there are some things I just wanted to get off my chest that I could argue with, things that I really find frustrating about being vegan. And the irony is that all of them are linked to other people's behaviour around you. So maybe that's just something to consider. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. We are moving house, so this might be the last time that we're in this setting, and then we'll be in a slightly different setting next time. So yeah, thank you for watching, and take care, and see you soon. Thanks for watching, bye!